In this slide, we are going to be talking all about the Pythagorean Theorem. Pythagorean Theorem, hopefully you remember, is being a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And it only works with right triangles. If it's not a right triangle, you can't do it, okay? It must be a right triangle for this to work. A squared and b squared would be these two sides. C is the hypotenuse. It will always be the hypotenuse. In this triangle down here, you've got A and B, and then C is always the hypotenuse. Remember, how do you identify the hypotenuse? It's opposite the right angle. The hypotenuse is opposite the right angle. It's across from that. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some numbers to these things and make them more interesting. Let's say that we have a 5, and let's say we have a 12, and we have a C. Well, what is this answer? You have to go 5 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared. Okay, that's equal to 25 plus 144 equals C squared, which of course is equal to 169 equals C squared, and those math aficionados, the square root of both sides is equal to 13. So that's your answer. And now you want to go back and say, wait a second, Leet, you did that awfully fast. I think I need to do that with my calculator. And I think I need to go back and just check it. So stop the video, go back and do this again, okay? Don't copy down my work. That's stupid. You're not going to get anything out of it. Figure out, where did the 5 come from? Where did the 12 come from? Where did the C squared come from? And why is everything squared? And then, where did the 25 and the 144? You've got to go through this on your own. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start another one, assuming that you've already stopped it and rewound it. Here's the next one. I have a 6, I have a 10, and I have a C. So, I'm actually going to try to shrink some stuff down so I can make a little room for that. Here we go. The 6, the 10, and the 12. So, well, that would be 6 squared plus 10 squared equals C squared. Now you say, wait a second, where did you get those? Why'd you do that? You got to go back up here to the Pythagorean formula. Remember, you got A, you got B, and you got C. Okay? Then we need to take the squares, so that'd be 36 plus 100 equals C squared. At that point, I get 136 equals C squared. Take the square root of both sides, and I'm going to use my calculator because I don't know what this decimal is. I'm going to get that C is approximately equal to 11.7. And now ask yourself the question, why is it just approximately 11.7? This is something you should be able to answer. So stop the video, go back, look at this again, and make sure you understand how this came to be so that this 11.7 is C, right? 11.7 is C. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next page. Okay, so here we go with a slightly different triangle. Now, we're not looking for the hypotenuse. We have the hypotenuse, and we have one of them, but we're missing something right here. So let's shrink it down, slide it up, and think about this. I would recommend you still write down the Pythagorean Theorem, which is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now, when I said Pythagorean, if you didn't know that, you should stop and write this down 3 times, okay? It will help put it in your mind if you simply write it down. Sometimes the repetition and the rehearsal helps memory. Okay, so now we got to think, wait, this over here must be my A and this must be my B because my C is always my hypotenuse. So I put in the numbers in the correct places. So I get 7 squared plus B squared equals 25 squared. Now I assume you're going to use your calculator for some of this because I can't do some of this in my head, but I can do 7 squared, and I know that that one is equal to 49 plus B squared equals, And this one, 125 squared, I don't have that one in my head. So I needed to type that one in, and I got 625. Well, I still have to solve, so in this case I actually need to subtract 49 from both sides, which will give me a b squared is equal to, and again, I guess I could work that into my head, but I really don't want to because it's late at night. I got 576. 576. So if you're taking my word for it and writing this down, that's not good. You need to do this out by hand or with a calculator and get this number on your own. So if you're not showing me all this work and you're not doing this on your own, you're cheating yourself out of the practice you would get from being able to use a calculator. Again, you only get fast at it if you practice it. So stop, type this in if you haven't done that already, and then move on. Now, of course, we have to continue and take the square root of both sides, so therefore we now know that b is equal to, dun, da, 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 a nice round number, 24. Isn't that nice? Sometimes things work out so well. But now I don't expect that to be in your head. I expect you to have used a calculator to figure that one out. All right, so now we're going to move on to the next page. Okay, so here we go with the 4 questions I'd like you to do. So do these. Again, draw the pictures and then work out all the math. In this first one, we have a right triangle. 15 is the height, 36 is the width. Find C. In the second one, I have an upside down right triangle. Don't let you throw that, but the A is the question mark, B is 32, C is 40. On the third one, I'm not drawing the picture, but I'm telling you, A is 3, B is 4, C is question mark. Fourth one, A is 14, B is question mark, and C is 50. If I went too fast for you, you know what to do. Stop, rewind, start over, play it again so you understand the question, okay? Have fun, show all of your work, use a calculator when you need to, but show what you're doing on paper. Write it out. Have a good time.